Hallo og hjertelig velkommen. Welcome back to Skyrim. Today we're gonna continue the Thieves Guild questline. Mercer Frey has sent a soldier to speak with the Argonian contact Golomai in hopes that we'll be able to identify the Thieves Guild's anonymous adversary. So let's go speak with the Argonian. Hello, friend.
So, what do we have here? Let me guess. By your scent, I'd say you were from the guild. But that can't be true, because I told Mercer I wouldn't deal with them anymore.
Well, I am here. And I'm here about the Golden Glow estate.
I don't deal in land or property. Now, if you're looking for goods, you've come to the right person.
You can drop the act now. Gajolai.
Oh, wait. Did you say Golden Glow Estate? My apologies.
Thought so.
I'm sorry to say I know very little about that, bee farm, was it?
You acted as a broker for its new owner.
Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I can't be expected to remember every deal I handle.
Oh, for sure. Identify the buyer and we'll forget what we know.
All right. Had I known this deal would bring me this much trouble, I never would have accepted the gold. I was approached by a woman who wanted me to act as the broker for something big. She flashed a bag of gold in my face and said all I had to do was pay Arangoth for the estate. I brought in the coin and walked away with her copy of the deed.
A woman, you say? Did she say why she was doing this?
Not at all. I tend not to ask too many questions when I'm on the job. I'm sure you understand. However, I did notice she was quite angry, and it was being directed at Mercer Frey.
Wonder why. That's it? No name or anything?
In this business, we rarely deal in names. Our identity comes from how much coin we carry.
I think you're lying to me.
That's all I know. I never promised you I'd have all the answers. Now, since our transaction is done, I'll be on my way.
Fine. I guess. I'm not doing anything. Let's shadow our mark. Slowest NPCs ever. I've been playing a lot of Assassin's Creed Shadows lately, and that follow mechanic is so good, and every game should have it if you have to follow someone. Maybe not when you're tailing someone like this, but if you have to follow someone, if you have to follow an NPC and they are either too fast or way too slow, that's so annoying. Assassin's Creed Shadows is really great though. I love it a lot. I haven't had a chance to play a lot, but so far I love it. Almost as much as I loved Valhalla so far. I really loved Valhalla, but also I'm Norwegian, and the main character is Norwegian. This game, for its age, is so pretty. How do you dock a ship like that in this place? It really doesn't look like it fits. You can't see me. Or maybe you can. Come on, get in. There we go. Finally. East Empire Company warehouse. Easy enough. This is a really cool warehouse though. Hello, goat. Some boxes, lots of things. Oh, what a place. I mean, no matter how many times I play this game, I still think it looks great. Just gotta follow him all the way. So far, so good. Oh! The real question is, can we get through this without killing anyone? Oh. It was just a ledger. Oh, potions. Sure, bud. Oh yeah, this place has to be damp and freezing. Alright, made it this far.
Retire someday. Get myself a life.
Go to the college, Dar said. Use your smarts, he said. Like I'm supposed to figure out which college you went to.
You gotta wait through this? Someone's out for a swim? So far, so good. This cave is unbelievable. Alright, let's go confront Galmai. Hello again.
Now there's no need to do anything rash. This isn't as bad as it seems. I was gonna tell Mercer about everything, honestly. Please, he'll have me killed.
Mercer doesn't... Mercer doesn't... Could you stop it, please? Mercer doesn't have to know.
I see you wish to be reasonable. Perhaps I misjudged you.
I am
The
very
name of the
reasonable.
person you
She is
want
not.
Is Carlia.
You say that name like I should know it.
Mercer never told you about
No.
her? Carlia is the thief responsible for murdering the previous guildmaster, Gallus. Now she's after Mercer.
Oh, really? And you're helping her?
Help? No, no. I didn't even know it was her until after she contacted me.
Okay.
Please, you have to believe me.
I believe you. Where is Carlia now?
I don't know. When I asked her where she was going, she just muttered, where the end began. Here, take the Golden Glow estate deed as proof. And when you speak to Mercer, tell him I'm worth more to him alive.
Sure. Are you guys done or what?
Can't wait to count out your coin.
Alright, we have a name. Let's bring back this information to the guild. Nice and easy. Huh. Workers? And we didn't kill anyone. Hello, Mercer. I have news.
Did Gallamai give up any information on our buyer?
He sure did. He said Golden Glow was purchased by a Kalaya.
No, it can't be.
It can.
I haven't heard that name in decades.
Whose fault is that?
This is grave news indeed. She's someone I hope to never cross paths with again.
She's very eager to see you. She's very eager for you to see her knife. Golemai also told me she was a murderer.
Carlia destroyed everything this guild stood for. She murdered my predecessor in cold blood and betrayed the guild. After we discovered what she'd done, we spent months trying to track her down, but she just vanished.
Why has she returned?
Carlia and I were like partners. I went with her on every heist. We watched each other's backs. I know her techniques, her skills. If she kills me, there'll be no one left that could possibly catch her. If only we knew where she was.
Golemai told me she was where the end began.
There's only one place that can be. The place where she murdered Gallus. A ruin called Snowvale Sanctum. We have to go out there before she disappears again.
We?
Yes, I'm going with you, and together we're going to kill her. Here's your payment for solitude. Prepare yourself and meet me at the ruins as soon as you can. We can't let her slip through our fingers.
Okay. Sure nothing bad will happen?
Is this your tale of single-handedly fighting off a pack of trolls?
Genial.
Sorry, lass. I've got important things to do. We'll speak another time.
Yeah, probably because you could tell me more about Kalaya. Hello.
Well, looks like you're fitting in well down here. I'm supposed to allow you to trade in one of your pieces of guild armor. So what will it be?
Anything different about it?
Of course. Otherwise it wouldn't be much of a reward, now would it? Your new piece will enhance your skill beyond that of the original. Trust me.
Haven't given this much thought, so... Good, I guess.
Are you sure? Once I exchange it for you, I'm not taking it back. Unless you want to sell it at a discount, of course.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
So, you're Brynjolf's new protege, eh? Don't look like much to me.
Oh, just you wait. I will rise to the
I
top
don't care if you're
so
best buddies
fast.
with the Guildmaster. I'll still smash in your skull if you try anything.
Fair, fair. Delvin. I'm here. What now?
Good. You're finally here. I've scouted the ruins and I'm certain Carlia is still inside.
You saw her?
No, I found her horse. Don't worry, I've taken care of it.
Oh, poor horse.
She won't be using it to escape. Let's get moving. I want to catch her inside while she's distracted. Take the lead.
You want me to lead?
I'm sorry, I was under the impression I was in charge. You're leading and I'm following. Does that seem clear to you?
Understood.
Just make certain you keep your eyes open. Carlia is as sharp as a blade. The last thing I need is you blundering into a trap and warning her that we're here.
Coward. How did Gallus die?
25 years ago, I was standing outside these very same ruins. Gallus told me to meet here, but he wouldn't say why. When I arrived, Gallus stepped from the shadows. Before he uttered a sound, an arrow pierced his throat. Before I could even draw my blade, her second arrow found its mark in my chest.
Sure. So Kalaya took on both of you alone?
Carlia was a master marksman, and her greatest weapon was the element of surprise. I was lucky. She missed my heart by mere inches. I staggered away from the ruins and my vision began to blur. It's then that I realized the bitch had poisoned her arrows.
And Gallus?
The last thing I saw was Carlia dumping his body into an opening atop the ruins. An unceremonious end for a remarkable man.
Right.
To this day I've regretted allowing her to escape, even if it meant I had died trying. I owed Gallus that much.
Uh-huh. What happened after Gallus died?
The guild was thrown into disarray. Several stepped up and tried to claim Gallus's former position as guildmaster. Sides quickly formed behind these men and the Ratway became a bloodbath.
And you were part of this?
I saw what they did to Gallus. I wanted to use the guild's resources to hunt down Carlia. The others didn't even care he was gone. Fortunately, I persevered, and the other groups were either killed or they left Skyrim.
And what of Kalaya?
The infighting had taken months to subside, which gave her time to go into hiding and carefully cover her tracks. I spent thousands of septum and used every contact at my disposal. But it was as if she had simply vanished. Like I said before, she was the best.
Tell me about Kalaya.
She was a stubborn Dunmer. Always had to do everything her way. But she was also the best, bringing in more coin a month than some thieves heist in a year. Gallus trusted her too much and let her get too close.
So they had a relationship.
If you want to call it that, yes. Me? I think she was softening him for the kill.
You disgust me.
Gallus would call her his little nightingale. He was absolutely smitten by her.
Why did she kill him?
Greed? Jealousy? Spite? Who can say what drove her to such an iniquitous act?
Projecting much?
One thing's certain, I intend to find out before she draws her last breath.
Isn't murder Dark Brotherhood territory?
I have a long-standing arrangement with the Dark Brotherhood. If I need someone in the guild taken care of, we do it ourselves. We both agree it's best to keep these matters in-house.
Fair. Alright,
Keep your eyes open and your mouth shut.
let's head inside then. What could possibly go wrong? Oh. Get your ass in here. Come on. Oh.
They say that these ancient Nordic burial mounds are sometimes impenetrable. This one doesn't look too difficult. Quite simple, really. I don't know what the fuss is about these locks. All it takes is a bit of know-how, not a lot of skill.
And maybe an artifact?
That should do it. After you.
An artifact that lets you open any door? Okay. What could possibly go wrong?
Stench in here. This place smells of death. Be on your guard.
It's just some Draugr. They're not even a threat.
So it begins.
Boom.
So and what was that?
Oh, so you're actually useful.
Pull the chain over there and watch out for the spikes. Looks like Carlia reset all of the traps.
Ah, missed him by that much. Just done. Done.
What was that?
I want it.
Something's near.
Yes,
You can't
please.
hide from me.
Dumbass. Boop.
You can't hide from me.
Done. Let me take him out from here. Oh, I actually hit it. Nice. Oh, come on. Come on. Yeah. Oh. Anyone else? Oh. A little bit too far away. Oh, there's another one. Oh, miss. Come on. Use a skeever. Oh. Oh, nice. Think that's all. Goodbye.
Who's there?
Done.
What was that? People attempt to
Pay
hide.
fucking attention, maybe. Well, at least we got the ship.
Carlia always was a nimble minx. Slipping past these Draugr must have been child's play for her.
Where are you? Oh, whatever. More Draugr.
Her death will be my triumph.
Did that miss, seriously? Oh, come on. Seriously?
I've killed legions like you.
Oh, really?
Own epitaph. How disappointing.
Done. Done, done, done.
This shouldn't take long.
You say that like it's hard. Another drop, and you stood right in front of it. Master Thief, eh? Come on. Can you tell I don't like him? Hey. Bye. Huh. That's quite the construction.
That door up ahead looks perfect for hiding an ambush. Be ready.
I'm super ready. Let me just absorb this word. Disarm.
Your feeble attempt to hide is insulting. Out of my way!
Dragon claw door. Got the claw.
Ah, it's one of the infamous Nordic puzzle doors. How quaint. Without the matching claw, they're normally impossible to open. Since I'm certain Carlia already did away with it, we're on our own. Fortunately, these doors have a weakness if you know how to exploit it. Quite simple, really. Carlia's close, I'm certain of it. Now let's get moving.
Right. Oh. We're paralyzed.
Do you honestly think your arrow will reach me before my blade finds your heart?
Give me a reason to try.
You're a clever girl, Carlia. Buying Golden Glow Estate and funding Honningbrew Meadery was inspired.
To ensure an enemy's defeat, you must first undermine his allies. It was the first lesson Gallus taught us.
You always were a quick study.
Not quick enough, otherwise Gallus would still be alive.
Gallus had his wealth and he had you. All he had to do was look the other way.
Did you forget the oath we took as Nightingales? Did you expect him to simply ignore your methods?
Enough of this mindless banter. Come, Carlia. It's time for you and Gallus to become reunited.
I'm no fool, Mercer. Crossing blades with you would be a death sentence. But I can promise the next time we meet, it will be your undoing.
A little help here?
How interesting. It appears Gallus's history has repeated itself. Carlia has provided me the means to be rid of you, and this ancient tomb becomes your final resting place.
What? You're a traitor?
But you know what intrigues me the most? The fact that this was all possible because of you.
I am shocked.
Farewell. I'll be certain to give Brynjolf your regards.
Oh. And that's the end of the Dragonborn. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe. No, I'm just kidding. We're not dead. Obviously, we're not dead. Yeah, make sure you finish the job, asshole.
Easy. Easy. Don't get up so quickly. How are you feeling?
Hold on. You shot me.
No, I saved your life. My arrow was tipped with a unique paralytic poison. It slowed your heart and kept you from bleeding out. Had I intended to kill you, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
There. Why save me though?
My original intention was to use that arrow on Mercer, but I never had a clear shot. I made a split-second decision to get you out of the way, and it prevented your death.
There is no point in pretending like I mean, there's no point in arguing. Then I'm in your debt.
More than you'll ever realize. The poison on that arrow took me a year to perfect. I only had enough for a single shot. All I had hoped was to capture Mercer alive.
Why capture him alive, though? Why capture Mercer alive?
Mercer must be brought before the guild to answer for what he's done. He needs to pay for Gallus's murder.
And preferably be tortured to that. How will you prove it now?
My purpose in using Snowvale Sanctum to ambush Mercer wasn't simply for irony's sake. Before both of you arrived, I recovered a journal from Gallus's remains. I suspect the information we need is written inside.
Well, what's it say?
I wish I knew. The journal is written in some sort of language I've never seen before.
Perhaps it could be translated.
Enther. Gallus's friend at the College of Winterhold. Of course. It's the only outsider Gallus trusted with the knowledge of his Nightingale identity.
There's that word again. Nightingale.
There were 3 of us. Myself, Gallus, and Mercer. We were an anonymous splinter of the Thieves' Guild in Riften. Perhaps I'll tell you more about it later. Right now, you need to head for Winterhold with the journal and get the translation. Here, take these as well. They may prove useful for your journey.
Thank you. Why didn't you kill Mercer?
Mercer lied to the guild, branded me a murderer, and slandered my name across his network of contacts. For 25 years I ran, never sleeping in the same place twice and carefully covering my tracks. Mercer doesn't need to die. He needs to feel the cold sting of fate as his life crumbles in front of him and he's hunted by the guild.
Might not have a choice next time.
I can promise you if it comes to that, and my back's to the wall, I won't hesitate.
Tell me about Gallus.
He was a scholar, a master thief and a natural leader. Everyone respected him and followed him without question. It was Gallus who inducted me into the Nightingales and honed my skills to a razor-sharp point. I owe everything to him. We were very close.
You were lovers.
Gallus once said he felt comfortable around me, able to let his guard down. I can't help but think that I'm responsible for what happened to him.
No. That's not your fault. I feel really bad for her. Can't you come with me to Winterhold?
I'm afraid not. There are preparations to make, and Gallus's remains to lay to rest. I promise to join you there as soon as I can.
Yeah.
Remember, speak only to Enther. Trust no one else.
Understood. I will go to the college, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye. And thank you again for saving my life. Oh. Oh, the horse didn't deserve this. Mercer just keeps taking everything you have, doesn't he? Goodbye. Hello.
Just say the word.
Can I help you with anything else?
I've been sent by Carlia.
Carlia? Then she's finally found it. Do you have Gallus's journal?
Yes, but there's a problem.
A problem? Let me see it. Ah, this is just like Gallus. A dear friend, but always too clever for his own good. He's written all of the text in the Falmer language.
Can you translate it?
No. However, I know someone who might.
Send me his way.
The court wizard of Markarth, Calselmo, may have the materials you need to get this journal translated.
Then I shall
Word
go.
of warning. Calselmo is a fierce guardian of his research. Getting the information won't be easy.
At heist it is. What exactly is a Falmer?
In the time before man, they were known as the Snow Elves. They lived in the sunlight and had a very prosperous society.
So they were like your kind?
Like the Altmer? Yes, I would say their culture quite possibly rivaled our own.
What drove them underground?
The Nords went to war with the Falmer in the First Era. killed them by the thousands to drive them from their snowy homeland. The Falmer retreated underground and forged an uneasy alliance with the dwarves who ended up betraying them. This betrayal made them what they are now, horrible, blind monstrosities with a burning hatred of any but their own kind.
Yeah, it's quite a sad story. They sound more like victims to me.
Yes, I suppose you're right. Forgive me. I've lost several close friends to the Falmer, and it tends to distort my view. If you wish to learn more about them, you're welcome to my tome on the subject. Should be on my table.
The Falmer are super ferocious. What can you tell me about Gallus?
He was a dear friend of mine, and a surprisingly astute pupil of academia. I was devastated when he was killed. I suppose that risk always coexisted with his line of work. I just never thought his luck would run out.
He was an academic and yet he chose a different path. Why?
Well, for the thrill, of course. He was quite clear that he felt more in his element climbing through a window rather than hunched over a dusty tome.
How did you meet him?
Yes, quite an amusing anecdote, actually. I caught him trying to break into my laboratory. I was about to show him the error of his ways when he made a curiously astute comment about my research notes. I was astounded, and in turn it led to a conversation. Who'd have imagined it would lead to such a strong friendship?
That's quite a friendship story. Why did Gallus scribe his journal in Falmer?
Besides the fact that there are only a handful of people in Tamriel that even recognize the language,
Fair point.
I'm fairly certain he was planning some sort of a heist that involved a deep understanding of the Falmer language. Sadly, we never had the opportunity to speak about the details.
Where did he acquire the knowledge to use it?
Ironically, I pointed him in the same direction I pointed you, to Markarth and Calselmo. I'm only hoping whatever means he used to learn the language will still be available to you.
Well, thank you for your help.
Calselmo is stubborn as a mule. Be careful when you speak to him.
I'll steal the research, no problem. Thank you, goodbye. Alright, Understone Keep. Greetings.
What are you doing here? The excavation site is closed. I don't need any more workers or guards.
Oh, we can take care of that another time. I was looking for you, actually.
I told you I'm not hiring any more guards. Why do you people always bother me when I'm trying to finish my research? You idiot! Do you even know who I am? The most recognized scholar on the Dwemer in all of Tamriel. And you people keep bothering me. I'm sorry, I got too excited.
Excited?
I'm in the middle of some very stressful work, and I shouldn't have yelled. How can I help you?
Well, let's get this out of the way first. You wanted a dwarven arrow? You sent me this message
Very
a
good.
long time ago. Sure, take a look.
Excellent. Very good. This is exactly what I need to complete a series of studies I'm doing on Dwemer craftsmanship and magical resonance. I simply must have this. I'll pay you double what it's worth.
I think you can do better than that.
Well, I suppose important research is worth every coin. All right, you have yourself a deal. How's double and a half its value in trade?
Yeah, sure. Sold. Here you go.
I'm
Oh, look
glad
at
we
that
could
cute
come to an
crab.
agreement.
Now to actual business. I hear you're the authority on ancient Falmer.
Then you were well informed. I am at this very moment on the cusp of completing my magnum opus on the subject. I'm calling it Calselmo's Guide to the Falmer Tongue. It will revolutionize the way we understand those ancient beings.
Perhaps I could view your work.
Preposterous. That research represents years of personal toil in some of the most dangerous Dwemer ruins in Skyrim. You must be mad to think I'd allow anyone to see it before it's completed.
But I'm a great admirer of your work.
What kind of a mentor would I be if I denied a potential student a glimpse at his master's ingenuity? Here, this key will provide access to my museum. Feel free to browse for as long as you wish. However, I must insist that my laboratory remains strictly off limits.
Thank you so much. I will keep that in mind. Let's head to the museum. Alright. Dwemer Museum.
What a waste. There must be a dozen men up there. Yeah. Calselmo called in his entire expedition team. Said he needed every man he could get to protect his research. Better them than us. We lost 3 good men to the traps up there. And for what? Just to see another damn spider clanking around? Well, at least this post is safe enough. Come on, let's get back to work.
Right. Maybe we'll help with the Dwemer excavation later. Dwarf stuff is so cool. These things. I fucking hate these things. Right? You don't see me. I am just shadows. Okay. Let's find the lab and find the notes.
Are you serious? You heard me, Captain. Our work must not be disturbed. Kill any intruders on site. Call for backup if you need it. And let no one through.
Just gotta sneak past all the guards. Cozy. Let's see. Oh. Nice. Later.
What do you think this is?
Another trap, most likely. Things are dangerous. 3 of the guards died when the lower hall flooded with steam last week.
Yeah, there's a lot of death traps around here. Around Dwemer ruins in general. Let's see. Gas chamber. How lovely. Okay, let's see. That turns that off. And immediately turns back on. I don't know. That's enough. Ooh. Lots of people died here. You're allowed to protect your research, but that's a step too far. Getting closer now. These statues looks really cool. I love dwarf stuff. In every fantasy setting really. But it looks especially cool in Elder Scrolls. We're not gonna kill anyone. Alright, we made it. But first, I'll be taking that. All the way to the top. Nice view. Whoa. The Wizard's Tower. Though living in a ruin does not sound pleasant. No matter how much you love this. Whoa. That's a lot of markings. Please don't come alive. Ah, here we are. Oh, I need some paper and charcoal. I need some paper and charcoal. There we go.
Yes, I'm positive I heard something.
Alright. If there is a thief, he won't leave this tower alive. But shouldn't we inform Master Calcelmo?
I'll deal with my uncle. Just go. Scour this place from top to bottom.
Sure. You do that. I'll be on my way. And all we stole was some parchment and charcoal. Guess we're jumping down the waterfall. Ooh, you broke your neck.
Tacitus, what is this?
A nail?
Is that what you call it? In the Legion,
Alright.
called it useless.
Let's head back. Alright, back to the Frozen Heart. Where's her man? Hello.
Back, eh? And how was our friend Calselmo?
Oh, he was fine. He's a puzzle cube short, but otherwise he'll be fine. This should help translate Gallus' journal.
I suppose it would be inappropriate of me to ask how you obtained this, so I simply won't. A rubbing, eh? Odd. I expected notes.
It's quite a tale.
I understand. Now, let me take a good look at this. Over here, please.
Hi, Kalaya.
This is intriguing, but highly disturbing. It appears that Gallus had suspicions about Mercer Frey's allegiance to the Guild for months. Gallus had begun to uncover what he calls an unduly lavish lifestyle replete with spending vast amounts of gold on personal pleasures.
Does the journal say where this wealth came from?
Good question.
Yes, Gallus seems certain that Mercer had been removing funds from the Guild's treasury without anyone's knowledge.
Anything else, Enther? Anything about the Nightingales?
Yes, here it is. The last few pages seem to describe the failure of the Nightingales, although it doesn't go into great detail. Gallus also repeatedly mentions his strong belief that Mercer desecrated something known as the Twilight Sepulchre.
The what?
Shadows preserve us. So it's true.
I'm not familiar with the Twilight Sepulchre. What is it? What's Mercer Frey done?
I'm sorry, Enther. I can't say. All that matters is we deliver your translation to the Guild immediately. Farewell, Enther. Words can't express.
It's all right, Carlia. You don't have to say a word.
Let's go.
Listen, all I want is the truth to be revealed to the Guild. They respected Carlia, and she deserves better. Do whatever you can, and I'd consider it a personal favor.
Thank you, Hunter.
If you ever manage to gain entry to the college and you find trying to rid yourself of stolen goods becoming a burden, come visit me.
I will keep that in mind.
I've been known to handle items of questionable interest from time to time, and I'll see what I can do.
I'll see you soon once I join the college.
If you have
ready to
further
go?
need of me, you can find me in the
We
college.
must hasten to Riften before Mercer can do any more damage to the Guild.
Gallus' journal mentioned the Twilight Sepulchre.
You've come this far, so I see no harm in concealing it any longer. The Twilight Sepulchre is the temple to Nocturnal. It's what the Nightingales are sworn to protect with their lives.
Why does it require that type of protection?
Everything that represents Nocturnal's influence is contained within the walls of the Sepulchre. Now it seems Mercer's broken his oath with Nocturnal and defiled the very thing he swore to protect.
Of course he did, that's the kind of person he is. Thieves and temples. It just doesn't add up.
I felt the same way when Gallus first revealed these things to me. I think given time you'll understand what I mean.
I'd understand better if less mystery was involved.
As a Nightingale, I've been sworn to secrecy regarding the Sepulchre. I know the Guild doesn't do much to foster faith, but I'm going to have to ask that you continue to trust me.
Very well, we do it your way for now.
I'll make for Riften and scout the situation, see if I can discover what Mercer's up to. When you're ready, meet me at the Ragged Flagon. In the meantime, I wanted you to have this. It belonged to Gallus, but given the circumstances, I think he'd approve.
Thank you. I'll put it to good use.
If the Guild isn't willing to listen to reason, you might have to.
Yeah.
Taking me up on
Nightingale
my
Blade.
offer, eh? Good.
I know it's an inappropriate time, but you have the most beautiful purple amethyst eyes I've ever seen.
I'm always on the lookout for all sorts of goods. Bring me whatever you, find, and I'll see what I can do.
Aster had to move away because of the Empire.
Uh.
But we get to stay.
Okay. Alright, we have somewhat of a plan to help Carlia clear her name with Brynjolf at least. And that's what we'll do next time. We'll head back to Ragged Flagon and try to convince them that she did not betray them. And then we'll deal with Mercer Frey and figure out what his grand scheme is and why he betrayed the Nightingales. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. Holla!